Here are those aquaponic goldfish, still enjoying the so-called quality comforts of their Rubbermaid storage tank. And well, it's got a really nice layer of algae going on in there, and a couple people have told me I really should get rid of that because it's going to take away from the central growth from the plants. I'm not really too worried about it. There have been some struggles with these fish as various environmental conditions have stressed them, and I've lost more than a few along the way. So that one there, one of the first fish that we put into the aquaponic system. So somewhere along the line, still doing something right. Just take a look what my aquaponic system sits at now. For those of you who aren't really sure where this all started, you can check out my taking a look at my greenhouse aquaponics, or whatever I called it, and you'll see just how much this has changed. And I've definitely formed some solid opinions about this whole aquaponic gardening thing. And I guess in this video I'm going to kind of share those while I make some changes in here. I've always been into gardening and growing plants and things like that, but I never really considered myself all that good at it because I have this issue remembering to water plants regularly. And well, I'll just show you some of the victims of that. Here's a whole tray of some lemon balms and a couple other things, mostly a bunch of pepper starts that I meant to get planted out, and oops, forgot to plant them out, oops, forgot to water them. Needless to say, they didn't live very long. What else can we find in here? Oh look, a tumbling Tom tomato. Yes, that's the exact same variety that's growing in the aquaponics tank and taking over the corner. This thing right here. Exact same variety, right? But, you know, remembering to water plants regularly is key to the whole thing, and it gets really, really hot in this greenhouse. So, plants in soil just don't do well for me. The fact that this Malabar spinach has done so well is kind of a testament to the stubbornness of the plant. And I'm really enjoying that. But again, aquaponics is the way to go, because let's just take a look at that one. Kind of starts in the middle of that tricolor sage forest, and some of it comes up this way. And there's another chunk that kind of came out the front of the bed, and it kind of has done this. Provides a nice shade for in here now. But again, aquaponics is the way to go for Malabar spinach. And definitely tumbling Tom tomatoes. Starting to see a little bit of color forming on that one there. And there's that one in there starting to get some color. So those are going to be just so juicy and flavorful. I'm so excited about that. Basil's doing quite well. Trimmed this several times. Definitely ready to trim it again. I guess the real question is, at the end of the day, what's my opinion about aquaponics? And my opinion about aquaponics is this is a fantastic method of gardening. Almost anybody, anywhere can do it. It uses the same water again and again and again and again. So even with the water restrictions that we have here in the valley where I live, and they get pretty harsh with their water restrictions, it's not even a blip on our water bill. And that's pretty amazing considering when I do have to top it up, I'm putting like 10 gallons of water in there. But compared to the stuff I'm putting out front into the soil, it's kind of just draining right through and getting wasted anyway, and what isn't draining through is getting evaporated up back into the heat of the daytime sun, so I'm not really getting much use out of the moisture that way either. But trapped in the recirculating system of the aquaponics, it gets really, really maximized, and it's a great way to go. I enjoy having the goldfish, I'll be honest. It's very peaceful and relaxing to come in and just sit down and check out the goldfish for a minute or two. for a lot of people, the sound of moving water can be quite calming and relaxing. And having an aquaponics system going gives the illusion of a waterfall or a creek or a stream running at a pretty regular rate. And I know I, for one, do find it to be quite relaxing. It's a great way to recharge. I come in here, I do a little gardening. I feel a lot better when I come out. As far as productivity, I think the results speak for themselves. With the aquaponic garden here, my tomato plant is like 10 times bigger than the one in the soil. A, because I forget to water soil-based plants a lot, and B, just because it's being constantly pumped full of those nutrients. The herbs that I've grown in here, it's amazing the results that I've got. I've been keeping track since April, and we've harvested over 5 pounds of herbs and green leafy veg out of an 8-foot by 10-foot greenhouse built out of rolled up plastic and PVC pipes. So yeah, the aquaponics system does work. If you get the opportunity, try it. Try it with Rubbermaid totes. I've found that those will work. Are they ideal? Absolutely not. If I had a lot of money, would I build something different? Absolutely. But for those of you who are just starting out and just trying to get anything at all going to produce some healthier food for you, for your family, for the people that matter the most to you, it's absolutely worth it. Grab a few storage totes from Walmart when they're on sale. Spend 25 bucks. It's not a big deal. Get yourself a fish fountain pump. That's probably going to be the most expensive part of it. Grab some little tiny rocks like I've got going in my pea gravel bed, and you're set. You're on your way. It couldn't be easier. There are so many videos out there on YouTube. If you're not starting an aquaponic garden yet, I'd love to see in the comments section why not, because any other form of gardening I think is almost just a waste of time by comparison. I will be converting as much space as I possibly can to aquaponic gardening. Granted, I have some limitations. I am in a rental environment, but my landlord's pretty cool, and he thinks the greenhouse is a neat project, so I win on that one. I guess that's it for my little rant about is aquaponics worth it? What's my overall opinion? I haven't had any tastier fruit than I've had out of the aquaponics system. The chard is absolutely huge. The Malabar spinach is taking over and providing shade for the rest of the greenhouse. My tomatoes have fallen over and are draped over everything else with the weight of the tomatoes that are ripening on there. I've got volunteer tomatoes that I pulled out of the soil. I plunked into the purple bin, and well, I'll just show you those in a second. They're massive. They haven't really produced a lot of fruit yet, but I've got one on there that I'm kind of excited about. Now that I look, I guess I've got a couple. At any rate, volunteers, they almost got pulled up as weeds. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's a tomato. Plunked it in there, and just look at it now. Yes, aquaponics is absolutely worth it. So speaking of that volunteer tomato, right? Little tiny thing, maybe 1.5 inches long. Started off, pulled out of the soil. It's been allowed to grow and grow and grow, and you can see here I've tied it up with the Malabar spinach. I do love the Malabar spinach. Nice sturdy plant. And up here we've got a little tiny tomato. Over here we've got another one. So, oh, there's another one hiding behind the Malabar spinach. That's exciting. Especially considering these are volunteers. Could have been plucked up as weeds, but thankfully I was paying attention at that particular moment. Kind of makes me wonder how many other tomatoes hit my compost. Aquaponics. Seriously, it can be as cheap as styrofoam, Rubbermaids, and goldfish. Feel free to comment in the section below, but if you say anything rude, I'll probably delete it, so you'll be wasting your time. I love to hear constructive criticism though, and if you've got an aquaponic garden that you'd like to feature here after my video, just post it up and I'll check it out and send it through. Well, once again, thanks for watching everybody. Have a great day.